New York, New York, the Big Apple, many would argue the greatest city in the world. Certainly the one with the most identifiable skyline. It's frantic, energetic, overcrowded, chaotic, peopled with characters furiously exciting. It's where a million dreams have come true. It's where 1,000 films have found their story. It's where art and culture and fun and finance and food all converge. It's New York. So how does one begin to make sense of it, to begin to encapsulate any of it into a single show? By knowing you can't and instead figuring out a part of a story and telling that. Also by going to the experts. That's in a bit. First, this exploration of mine actually starts outside Manhattan in the very charming borough of Brooklyn. Two reasons. One, because I love food and they have plenty, not limited to but including a weekend gala called Smorgasburg. This one was set up at the incredible Dumbo Pier with the very best view in town. And it offers, not surprisingly, a smorgasbord of the offbeat, the exciting and the artisanal.
It's a competitive and highly curated market.
Yeah.
So when people apply, we see if it's something that can add to the market, something that we don't already have.
Right.
And also something that's new and interesting. And I think that's really what separates us in many ways.
The second reason is because the expert I was turning to suggested it. Chef Floyd Cardoz has lived the dream. The Bombay boy who made it big in the cutting-edge culinary scene, working at top restaurants with top restaurateurs, winning top chef masters. This has been his hunting ground for well over a decade. In the last year, he's opened a restaurant in Mumbai and a new one in New York. But here's why this is the place he wanted to start at.
This is, I'd say, the king of pop-ups.
Right.
Because this is what started a few years ago as a smorgasbord of different flavors in the city. So what I found is people, they start off over here, they bring ideas to the public, and then they try and make them into brick and mortar places. I think New York is a city with so much of food and so much of different things that you can do. Now this is a great way to start about it. You know, this is New York on a budget because everybody's trying to bring their ideas out to the public and their cuisine and their flavors and their everything else about it.
Awesome. So where do we start?
You choose.
Okay.
What do you think you like?
I mean, pretty much everything. You know, there's something called Brooklyn Piggies in the corner.
Let's go check that out.
Should we? With a name like that, who could resist? Turns out it's as good an introduction to Smorgasburg as I could have asked for. A clever riff on an old classic.
I thought it might be really fun to take what we think is America's favorite hors d'oeuvre and completely elevate it.
There are three on offer. There's the original, a chicken and parmesan, and the spicy one. Flaky, fatty puff pastry wrapped around exceptionally good sausages. We start with the classic and in a bite know that we have started with a winner.
It's funny saying this, I wanted my Piggies to be light.
That's very good.
We then work through the others. No surprises, I'm sure that the spicy one was a favorite.
But it's not over the top spicy though. There is heat. That is amazing.
Yeah.
I would eat this at a ballpark any day.
The question is, how do we top that? There is a delightfully curated series of stalls to choose from. What they do here is offer a platform for young cooks with ideas and dreams and a love of excellence.
I think this has taken its roots from the street fairs that we have in New York.
Right.
But the food at street fairs is pretty lame. This is almost, I hate to call it, but almost gourmet food.
He's not wrong. You can choose from cookies, sundry condiments, shakes and more. So you can graze cuisine-wise, all American, Mexican, Ethiopian, Burmese, and do I spot something distinctly desi? What do you recommend?
How would you eat it?
How I eat?
Yeah.
Just plain dosa.
So then that's what we're going to do.
That's what you're going to get.
Yeah. Did not think I'd find dosas here, but it turns out they're a Smorgasburg favorite. Dosa Royale. Does that make my first offering a Royale with chutney? Bad joke. I should stick to eating. Good chutney too.
Very, very good. The coconut chutney is delicious. Look at that.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Not over fermented too. It's perfect.
And how often can you in a single step just move from crisp dosa to juicy lobster roll? The offerings here are clever, eclectic and clearly excellent. Just look at this, the Red Hook lobster roll.
Holy shit.
That about covers it. This is epic. There's easily twice as much lobster as bread and such good lobster.
Sam is awesome.
Yeah. It's a New England style bun. Homemade the mayo too. The classic Maine style.
I have to say, I think it's actually one of the best lobster rolls I've had.
Yeah.
The texture of the bun, slight bite to it.
The butteriness.
And the butteriness and the light mayo. People, forget that good food can be done here. You don't eat a lobster roll in a fine dining restaurant. You want to do it in a shack
out
on a
here
beach somewhere.
So far, so fabulous. What's next? Well, if there's one Smorgasburg discovery that got food lovers talking and spawned a dozen imitations, it is, of course, the ramen burger.
So our options are
A juicy hamburger patty served between buns of compressed pan-fried ramen, served with a secret special sauce.
What's in the sauce?
it's a secret shoyu sauce. Can't give it away.
There's been cult status assigned to the ramen burger across the city and to some extent across the world. Look at that and know that at least some of the fuss is more than merited.
Okay, that sauce is amazing.
That's delicious.
And it's two sort of guilty pleasures just slammed together, right?
Look at it. It's perfect colors too inside.
Come on, some more.
One more.
My first ramen burger. I like it here.
What now? So much to choose from, but we spot hot wings, and since it's New York, not just any old hot wings.
We're from Buffalo, New York, so we do classic take on wings.
Many flavors to choose from. The gradation should give you a clue. Classic, hot, inferno. And is that insane?
This is a pretty spicy option that only the most daring of people will try.
I am not daring.
You know what? In for a penny. I'll try some. To my peril. Because the ghost chili is just another name for bhoot cholakia, aka one of the hottest chilies in the world.
Hot. Thank you. Holy. Wow.
You know who the smart one was now?
Yes.
Oh. Spectate. And actually, it's usually like old Indian ladies. Really, they're like 70 years old and they come and they'll eat 10 insane wings.
Walk off whistling.
Yeah, it's fine. They don't even sweat.
Go for the tamer ones, like the Inferno, and you'll soon understand why. In their lethalness lies the pain, but equally the pleasure. Who could resist? Why would you resist? Fried and sticky and fiery and fabulous, with celery and blue cheese dip on the side. The classic for a reason.
The Inferno is good. It's not over the top spicy, but you get enough of heat.
This is exactly the way I love my wings.
Good.
Awesome.
Good.
We would have been done there were it not for this. Can you resist an invitation to a Bolivian llama party? We could not.
I've not had Bolivian food before.
Bolivian food is very underrepresented cuisine.
Yeah.
It's a shame because it's right next to Peru, it's right next to Brazil.
Yeah.
A lot of people assume a lot of the same flavors come from the surrounding region. But we do things a little differently.
Boy, do they. So here in the heart of Brooklyn, my first taste of Bolivia. And salteñas to start with. What are salteñas?
Salteña is a 200-year-old recipe that existed before refrigeration. So these were very specific to Bolivia. It's about 2-3 days to make because the dough is made on day 1 and then the filling is made on day 2. And then after you make the filling, you have to actually let it set overnight.
Well, they're not empanadas, they're very different. Also, delicious.
So good.
It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that balance of sweet and acid and, everything that you want in a dish to taste good.
And I love how juicy it is.
And then when you put the cheese on top, no one ever talks about Bolivian cuisine. And to come and see something like this, this dough is very, very interesting. What's in this dough?
Well, the dough is made from a sweet chili pepper called ají amarillo.
That's it?
It's made with flour as
Flour.
well. Not like an empanada, which is usually made from corn.
Corn.
It's fascinating. We're bowled over by them and by cholitas, a type of sandwich. Multiple fillings on offer here. Triple pork or juicy beef? Why choose when we can have, well, both?
It's a 10 ingredient sandwich, and it's actually first made in Bolivia by cholitas, which are women of the marketplace, and the sandwiches were named after them. And we brought that here and added our own design.
I love it.
That's really good. You gotta get some.
Yeah, fantastic.
And those salteñas.
And boom, we're done. We've barely been able to sample half the eats on offer and have managed to touch on South India, Maine, Buffalo and Bolivia. This then is what makes New York easily the greatest city to eat through. It doesn't just draw the diverse, it celebrates them. And our next spot is just another illustration.
Now to Pak Pak, my favorite Thai place, which I think the chef is an American chef. Enrica, he gets Thai food and Thai flavors like no other American chef has.
Pak Pak is one of the most stoked up restaurants in town for legitimate, honest-to-goodness, straight from the heartland Thai food. And Enrica has not just immersed himself in the cuisine, he's embedded himself. Considering the feast we had earlier, we cannot hope to do justice to all of Pak Pak's offerings, but settle instead for a few of Chef's favorites. Our second batch of wings for the day. And these are something else altogether. Vietnamese fish sauce wings, garlicky, salty and sweet with just an underlying hint of funk. Perfection. And what's an even better indication for how good they are? This.
Perfect balance, sour, funky and spicy.
This is real Thai, not your standard issue played down fare. This is Thai food in all its intense, pungent, potent glory. Take the somtam that comes with iced lettuce on the side. This is served Isan style and is a game changer. That means the somtam is heavy on the acid, heavy on the heat and is served with salted black rice paddy crabs. Look at them. It's not for the faint of palate. For the rest, it's incredible.
That's amazing. It's better than 90% of what you get in Thailand probably.
Hey, you could eat the whole thing, shell and all.
Really?
Yeah, it's very strong and very intense.
Crab is great. It's so salty and it's actually less funky than Bombay duck.
We then follow that up with slices of succulent bok collar, a juicy cut that's cooked with garlic, pepper, coriander, sugar and soy. It's charcoal grilled, which adds the perfect hint of smoke. This, people, is excellent eating.
You have to see an American chef to get these nuances.
Yeah.
He does.
Anyone who thinks of coming here and complaining how bland food in America can be needs to spend an afternoon eating with you.
This is so good.
And so for now we're done. After the break, it's back to Manhattan and to White Street, where even more is cooking.